So I know when I make videos like this, and I made videos like this in the past, I know how they come off. I know that people, especially with a topic like Bloodborne, will jump to like the "don't give me hope" meme or like, line, and I completely understand that. You know what I mean? And we've been led to believe certain things about Bloodborne Remastered and Bloodborne 2 and all this stuff. We've been led to believe that for years, honestly, for at least since I've covered it for like 2 to 3 years, okay? Here and there, every 5-6 months, there'll be a new thing. So I get what people kind of go into these videos thinking. I'm Alex, by the way. Hello. And we're going to talk about a leak that I found on Reddit, okay? Now, it didn't come from Reddit. That's one very important thing. You know what I mean? They found it, but it's not from them. Now, again, you take it with a grain of salt. If you don't want to believe it, that's totally cool. If you do want to believe it, awesome. This seems to have a lot of backing. This person has been right quite a bit. And this is an older thing that they had, I guess that they were kind of piecing it together, okay? So we're going to go through, the entire thing throughout this video. Make sure, though, if you haven't already, I'll leave you guys hanging. Make sure you guys are subscribed. YouTube's been unsubbing people, and they've warned people, they've warned channels on it. So make sure you check to make sure you're still subscribed. Hit the bell icon so you guys know when I do all these videos. That would help as well. Hit the like button. That would also help. If you guys want to follow me over on Twitter, PodcastNow15 is my Twitter handle. Link for it is always in the description below. Okay, so the title reads, From Software reportedly working on a PlayStation exclusive title. Not just any exclusive title, a Bloodborne spiritual successor. So the information is from a Brazilian Twitter user who seemed to find the old info by a leak, which got lost on the internet. Now, that is very poorly, that's just the most broken English I've ever seen. From 5 years ago, not sure if this was posted. Apparently, From Software is working on a Bloodborne spiritual successor. PlayStation exclusive title, codename Velvet Veil. The same leaker has talked about Sekiro, Dark Souls Remastered, and Elden Ring years ago. Elden Ring was even referred in his post as an open-world Dark Souls-like title. He directly referenced Dark Souls Remastered with planned release for 2017 back in 2016. And I believe he even said, and I'll try to find it for you guys, but I'm pretty sure he even knew that George R.R. Martin was working on this open world game. So I'll show the picture, but he does talk about Dark Souls Remaster. So again, I believe this was posted on Reddit by this person like years ago, like 4 years ago, and just nobody really paid attention. I think this person is gone. He says like his English is terrible. But again, he predicted a lot of these things that actually turned out to be very, very right. And now, again, there's this Brazilian user who, you have to obviously translate it, but the translation comes from, currently, the project is planned for release in February/March of 2023. From Software only intends to reveal the game after the release of Elden Ring. And let me just say this, by the way, Google Translate has gotten much better and much more fluid since I used it back in high school, okay, and like 5, 6, 7 years ago. It's gotten a lot better as the years have gone on, just to throw it out there. So, again, and that's kind of it. All right, now, again, I'll have left the picture up. You guys can maybe look at them individually, the stuff that this person said before, but ultimately, it comes down with taking it with a grain of salt. If you want to believe it, you believe it. If not, no problem. And I don't know how many times I have to say it. I truly do understand, right? Because there's been rumors of at least a remaster, like a port almost for PS5, right? There's been rumors of that for a long time. Ever since, I would say the PS5, the PS5 was only just announced last June, but there were definitely rumors then. There was rumors right before that. Obviously, there's been talk of, whether or not for Bloodborne 2, do they want to do it? Does Sony want to do it? But obviously you can't do it without them, and all that stuff. We've been going through that. I know that for a fact. We've been going through that for years. So, and you could say maybe they don't want to make sequels to those kind of games. I mean, they didn't do it with Sekiro. They didn't do it with, obviously Bloodborne. But a spiritual successor makes sense. PlayStation exclusive title. I mean, again, it's more of a wait and see thing. And I mean, whether or not the person is right or wrong, they're definitely at least smart enough to make it sound believable. I mean, sometimes it just sounds so unbelievable it can't be true, you know what I mean? But the person has a proven track record of calling George R.R. Martin. He's got a track record of calling Elden Ring for the most part, very close, especially for the time that he called it versus when it was shown, all that stuff. He did a very good job. Dark Souls Remastered. Now you could say, was that the hardest thing to predict? But you could have said, well, He could have said like a trilogy remaster because they didn't, they're individually. So, the person's been pretty darn accurate. And then again, even for, I guess, covering his back in the current time, talking about how, well, it doesn't come out for another, 2-3 years, and they're not going to talk about it until after Elden Ring. Yeah, that would be something they would do. And now again, it doesn't take a genius to say that out loud, or doesn't even take. I guess more realistically, it doesn't take a leaker to say, to say that kind of thing. I mean, I can say that out loud. You know what I mean? But at this point, I want to believe it. I really do. I think. Look, let me just say this and we'll end the video, okay? There's no doubt in my mind Sony knows the value of the franchise. Now, yeah, did they let From Software get away after, like, Demon Souls? And have they let actually quite a few developers get away when maybe they should have purchased them? Maybe they should have looked at, like, a long-term deal for exclusivity in terms of, like, securing their assets? Of course. And they've made mistakes countless times, okay? But at the same time, I think they know the value, considering they just did, and you could say, well, maybe they did it for fun. They did the Demon Souls remake, right? Now, that was the only one in the franchise that was only for them. But why do you do something like that? Do you do it for fun? Do you do it because of, I mean, look at what Blue Point's doing now. It's rumored that they're doing a Metal Gear game, like Metal Gear 1 remake. Now, there's also rumors that there's going to be more Kojima and all that stuff will be more Metal Gear. So, are they doing a 1 remake to get people ready for just more Metal Gear coming? And I'm not saying, again, every remake that gets made needs to have a purpose. They don't. There's some, I mean, Shadow of the Colossus got a remake, right? That was purely, I think, just for, like, celebrating the game and celebrating how amazing the game is. I think that was it. You know what I mean? So, they don't always have to have a reason. But, like, why Demon Souls? You could have picked any. You could have picked Resistance. You could have picked literally Siphon Filter, anything. And, I mean, Bloodborne is one of the highest-selling games on PS4, like PS4 exclusive. It's a game, I believe, it's part of the PS Plus collection, right? If you have a PS5, you have PS Plus, you get access to, like, 20-ish games, right, for free. Big games, and Bloodborne is one of them. So, I do think, I really do believe they know the value of it. They've probably been trying to do it for a while, and because that's the thing, right? If it comes out in 2023, 2024, it probably started very recently, okay? It didn't start like 4 years ago, and it's taken them like 8 years to do it. It's probably started generally recently, but I think that's something that Sony is very much interested in. When you talk to people about what their favorite PS4 game is, not everybody, but several of them will say Bloodborne. A lot of people bought the PS4. We think of Spider-Man as a reason people bought the PS4. That's very true. Spider-Man sold PS4s like literally no other game. Uncharted 4 sold PS4s, but Bloodborne, which was before both of those, by the way, right? That was a very early one that sold PS4s, okay? It did really well. So I imagine Sony would want that to continue in some way, and if that's a spiritual successor, then it is. So we'll have to wait and see. Again, they were at least smart enough to cover their tracks in the way that we're not going to see it for a while. I mean, Elden Ring comes out beginning of next year, obviously in January. So a year from now, a year and a half from now, do we see this game? That's how long, sadly, we're probably going to have to wait, at least even to call this person a liar or not. You know what I mean? Because they can't be called a liar, I would say, until then. So let me know in the comments below, guys, if you believe this, if you don't believe this, if you think maybe they can do a game without them, all that kind of stuff. Let me know. As always, make sure you guys are, again, subscribed. YouTube sucks, so they have been. I can send you guys screenshots if you don't believe me. They sent me a thing that said, they'll be purging spam accounts, which really means real people, okay? Make sure you guys have the bell icon turned on so all these videos go up. Hit the like button, would definitely help spread the video out. If you guys want to follow me on Twitter or any of my other social media stuff, Twitter's Podcast Now 15. Link for it is in the description below, along with all the other stuff. Thank you for watching, guys, and I'll see you all on the next video.